This story makes me sick. Two Anne Arundel police officers ended up killing a man trying to confiscate his gun. As reported by the Baltimore Sun, the state of Maryland recently implemented a new red flag law, which allows family members, law enforcement officers, and others to really temporarily prohibit one's access to firearms if they show these red flags. So no due process or anything like that. Based on a hunch, they can come for your guns. So with this law, the law boys have started these sort of attempts to seize guns. Gary J. Willis, a 60-year-old man, had cops coming to his door to enforce this unjust law. And as they attempted to serve him with the order, a fight over the gun ensued, and one of the officers shot and killed Mr. Willis. According to Willis's niece, one of her aunts requested the protective order to remove Willis's guns. She says that her uncle wouldn't hurt anybody, he just likes to speak his mind. He's harmless. If this is all indeed true, the aunt that called the laws to have Willis's guns confiscated is an accessory to murder as far as I'm concerned. There's a couple of quick things to make note of here. First, leftists mask these gun control laws as if they are implemented to halt violence, but they are actually inherently violent. It's basically comply or die, and it doesn't matter if you've used aggression upon someone or not. In this story, the man didn't do anything to anybody other than own a gun. There weren't any crimes committed. And by crime, I'm meaning that the man didn't do anything that had an actual victim. I don't care what the law itself says. But this is the logical conclusion that I don't think is considered by the folks that claim gun control is all about the safety of others. This is how the laws work. This is the logical conclusion. Leftists that advocate gun control are saying that they are willing to kill innocent people in the name of safety. It's follow the gun control laws, and if you do not, and you choose to resist, you risk being shot and killed. Any leftist that states otherwise is full of caca. Now, on the other hand, this story was buried and I didn't find out about it until like 4 or 5 days after the fact. Generally speaking, some of the come and take it types tend to be cop and military men apologists. This story highlights why it is so ironic. The state has done a great job in convincing people that military folk and cops are inherently worthy of being praised. They are not, especially with military folks. They assume that these people have so much integrity that they never enforce such an unjust law and turn on the people they claim to protect. Wrong. These people are the teeth of the state. The state is nothing without them. They are the ones that are going to come and take it, not the lawmakers. And the thing that makes me most sick, I guess, is that when things like this happen, you get those that say they're just doing their jobs, right? And then shift the blame to the lawmakers. What kind of lousy excuse is that? The lawmakers are to blame, and the ones that enforce these laws are especially to blame, because the law, it's just lines on a piece of paper if the folks that are front line do not enforce it. So I'd make the argument that the ones that really enforce these laws are to blame more than the lawmakers, because they are the ones that carry out all of the unjust laws. Just doing their job is not an excuse. If you have integrity, if you have principle and indeed want to serve and protect others, well, I'd argue that you certainly wouldn't become a cop or law enforcer. But at the very least, you have the balls to not enforce these unjust laws. The people that you're serving and protecting are actually the state, the lawmakers. These cops are murderous clowns, and anybody that excuses this sort of behavior are clowns on their own. Leftists ironically don't realize how much they cling to the cops, even though they are the ones that will oppose them or act like they oppose them when they commit these sort of incidents of police brutality. Y'all fools are encouraging police brutalities with these sorts of laws. Now, on the other hand, some of the conservatives have got to get a grip and realize that people that are gonna come and take it are the thin blue line types and those that you worship because the state has convinced you that they are brave and they serve and they protect. I don't think these people are inherently noble as some of you believe, and I certainly think that you overestimate their integrity in assuming that they wouldn't dare take it this far. There are way more unjust laws on the books. Who in the hell do you think is frontline in enforcing them? They are called law enforcement officers for a reason. In all seriousness, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now be sure to follow these links that are on the page right now, especially over at twitch.tv/YoungWhipper59, in which I'm always gaming and talking some liberty.